someone was asking about some Christmas movies, and I said I'm doing a movies ramble actually, so I'll quickly ramble about some Christmas movies first, and I can't remember all the movies I saw this year. I was looking down a list of what's come out. I got like 20 something movies. There's a lot of ones that were not in theater that I cannot remember. So I'm just going to choose my top 5 of these ones, just kind of talk about movies I saw, or we saw this year. I'm talking about movies that came out in 25. I watched a bunch of movies that were not out in 25. But anyway, Christmas movies, I mean, we haven't watched a lot this year. Like I said, we watched the Oh What Fun, that was decent, with Michelle Pfeiffer. I have that on this list. We watched another one that was like Becoming Santa, which was not that great and kind of cheesy. Had the mother and father from Family Ties in it, and the father from that's in, I think, like all the Tremors movies. I mean, it wasn't like a bad movie. It was just some of those movies you kind of watch and like, alright. In terms of some of my favorites, though, like Home Alone's always going to be a favorite just because it's so rewatchable to me. We actually watched it the other night. The second one's good too, but the first one is just glad the look and the feel and everything. It's like almost like a cozy type movie. I don't know. I think a lot of people like Home Alone though. The funny thing is I'm not like super into a lot of Christmas movies. Like Christmas Vacation is hilarious. That's another one that's a classic. Obviously Chevy Chase, Beverly D'Angelo. Who were the kids in that one? The kid from, I can't remember his name. He was in Roseanne, and then he was in The Big Bang Theory. Right. I forget his name. Johnny Galecki or something. He was the son. Oh, why can't I remember her name? Juliette Lewis was the daughter. And you got Randy Quaid in there. And others. That's a classic one. Another one that just, kind of very rewatchable. You know what's a really good for me, at least. A lot of people have their opinions on what can be considered Christmas movies, but there's one that the first Harry Potter to me is very like Christmas. I don't know. They go through a lot of the seasons in that, but it has a very Christmassy vibe to me. Even like the first couple do. Even 3 as well. Right? They spend some time in Hogsmeade and snows everywhere and shit, right? That's the third one. Goblet of, yeah. The first one, though, for some reason is very, gives me a very big Christmas vibe for some reason. I know there's parts that take place during Christmas, I believe, or the Christmas break, right? Because I think, like, Harry doesn't go home, or I forget, I haven't seen it in a while, but definitely that does. I mean, people talk about stuff like Die Hard and stuff. I mean, technically, if it takes place, does the second one take place during Christmas too? Die Hard 2. If they're taking place in or around, during or around Christmas, I mean, technically, yes, it's a Christmas movie, but it's like an action movie that takes place during Christmas. But I'm pretty sure it was not marketed. Maybe it was. I can't remember when that came out, 88. If it was being pumped out as a Christmas, this holiday season, Because Batman Returns has got a pretty good Christmas vibe, too. I love that movie. I remember watching one last year that I actually liked. I should have watched it then, because I still did. It's called, like, The Christmas Lodge. It's very, like, bare bones, like, very just kind of lighthearted. And a lot of it's standard kind of thing. I don't think it was a Hallmark movie, though. The guy's trying to, like, get his Christmas lodge up and running in time for the season or some shit. That one was pretty decent. I think I might have seen that on Tubi. Home Alone 2 is good too, but I like the first one better. But yeah, the funny thing is, I don't, outside of Home Alone, like, and I don't think we watch Christmas Vacation. Another one that is always shown during Christmas, and Santa is in it, but not really much. Babes in Toyland, the one from with Laurel and Hardy, right? Is it doing Laurel and Hardy? Back in the day, I remember just watching this as a kid, and the March of the Wooden Soldiers in there and stuff. And like, I just always remember that movie always being on around Christmas time. It's more like they're in like whatever they're in like fairy tale land. There's a lot of like that stuff in there, the different characters and stuff. But I always associate that movie with Christmas. Then you have stuff like, is it Miracle on 34th Street? What's the other one? Isn't there another one? I forget. There's a bunch of older ones, but I'm never like it. Halloween time, that's more, more up my alley. But there are Christmas ones I like the ones I mentioned. And then random ones you watch. Like there was one with, what was it literally called? Like Hot Santa or some shit. I don't know. It was with the guy who is like Frosty or whatever. He's a snowman. He comes to life. I forget how. The woman like does something and it's played the guy, the snowman. No, it's not. Sorry, it's not Hot Santa. It's like Hot Frosty or something. I don't know. He's played by the guy who's in Schitt's Creek, the vet. I forget his name. Somebody else is in it. The woman in it's known too. I can't remember. I can't remember if it's the girl from Party of Five or somebody else. I can't remember. And then you have stuff like Elf, which is good. Like that's kind of become a classic. And then you have like Rudolph and the Grinch. I'm talking about the old, like original ones, and Frosty the Snowman, stuff like that. Christmas, a Christmas. Wait, is it? It's just called A Christmas Story, right? That's a classic. That actually is a classic. In a lot of ways, I haven't watched that yet either. They did make that second one. That wasn't that bad. The kid's in it still. I think a lot of the people were in it. The one bully was in it. That gets wailed on. The main kid's in it as an adult. There might be one or two other people that pop up. I think the original other brother was in it too, but not a ton of it. I can't believe I forgot that movie for a second. And then A Garfield Christmas is classic. Those Tales from the Crypt Christmas episodes are pretty good. When Santa escapes from the institute, and he's got the wife like killed the husband and like threw him down a well or something, and all of a sudden this guy escapes from the asylum. It's actually, I think it's what the hell's his name? He was in another episode of Tales from the Crypt. He was in the first Dark Man. Larry Drake, I think he's in Dr. Giggles, a classic. She like gets out of an asylum. He's dressed as Santa, and he's like tormenting the woman trying to get in. And at the end, the daughter's like, "Look who I found!" And she comes down the stairs with him. She let him in the window, and he's all like bloodied up, and he's like, and she starts freaking out. I was like, "Oh my god!" But yeah, those are some. Like I said, I'm not. There's a lot of Christmas movies I watch and I just forgot about. There's one with Eddie Murphy. It might have came out last year or the year before. I think it was an Amazon original. It's pretty good. Where he like, there's a competition with all their Christmas decorations, and he gets this thing from this like kind of, I think an elf. The woman is playing like an elf, and she left Santa's workshop or the North Pole, and stuff goes from there and stuff. And that one was pretty good. I can't remember what it was called though. But yeah, that's just something I like. Like I can't remember. Like I said, there's a lot I see and I forget about. I'm actually surprised I remembered that one. Who else was? And then you have all the Hallmark ones. I remember there was one Christmas. It was maybe like 5-6 years ago. Actually, it was probably longer than that. I would have been a mass speaker. Maybe it was like 2018, 2019 or something. friend's like, I want to stop by. I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And his mom's watching one of the movies on Hallmark, and it was me, my friend, and his sister were down there, and his other brother came down. We're all like, this is what's gonna happen. Like, my friend's like, at the 45-minute mark, this is gonna happen. Like, because those movies all follow the same exact beats. So every time, like, here's the little trouble's gonna occur. There's gonna be a little friction at one point, and then, and his mom's like, shut up. There was that one with David Harbour. I think he played Santa. And he goes to the house, and there's these guys are robbing. I think John Leguizamo was in it too. They're robbing the house, and he starts killing everybody. He's killing the intruders. Then you have like Silent Night, Deadly Night from the horror side of things, and Christmas Evil, and Black Christmas. They remade that. That was originally a 70s movie, then they remade it, I believe. With, there's a lot. I think Mary Elizabeth Winstead might have been in that one. Michelle Trachtenberg, rest in peace, was in that one. But yeah, those are some I could think of. But yeah, on to movies I've seen 25 that I can remember. There's plenty I'm probably forgetting, especially ones that did not have like a theatrical release or just, because you watch a lot of ones on Netflix or Amazon, Disney, whatever the 1,000 things are. But I'm going to name my top 5. I'm going to go through the list, and I'll talk about my favorites. So I'm not in the orders they came out, but F1, Superman, Sinners, Flight Risk, The Monkey, Novocaine, Death of a Unicorn, Until Dawn, Clan in a Cornfield, Final Destination, Bloodlines, Free Street, Prom Queen, I Know You Did Last Summer, Together, War of the Worlds, Weapons, Nobody 2, Thursday Murder Club, Conjuring, Last Rites, The Long Walk, Dead of Winter, Good Boy, Black Phone 2. Oh, what fun. I did see Weapons in the theater, but I can't find the stub. Strangers Chapter 2, Jurassic World Rebirth, and Megan 2.0. I think we might have seen another. We definitely saw the 4 movies in the theater. I don't know if there's. Don't see a lot of movies in the theater anymore. There's just not a ton I feel like worth seeing. Most of these I liked. I'm trying to think of ones like on here that I didn't. Fear Street Prom Queen was kind of weak. I Know You Did Last Summer. That one was. That's like a direct sequel to this. I guess. Actually, there's only 2 of those originally. That one was. Conjuring Last Rites. I mean, I talked about a bunch of these. Conjuring Last Rites. It's like, wasn't a bad movie, but like nothing was happening for a while, and it was just kind of like, it reminded me of was it Insidious, The Red Door or something? The last one they made of that, where it's like same vein, where it's like nothing was really happening for a while, then it picks up the pace and it's just kind of over, and you're like, what? And One Phone was decent. Until Dawn, I thought was actually pretty good. I mean, it's based off the game, but the only thing it really has in ties with the game is they have a couple of like Easter eggs in parts, and some of the characters, the bad guys, I think. But it was just kind of not. But it was still a pretty decent movie. But everything in here, most of these movies were. I don't really of course, War of the Worlds. That was one with Ice Cube. It was like an Amazon one too, where it was pretty much just like an Amazon ad, the whole fucking movie. Everybody was like, "This is the worst movie ever," and me and my friend were joking. I'm like, "If that was the worst movie you've ever seen, you've not seen truly, truly awful movies." Okay, why don't you go watch Cthulhu Mansion? It was bad, but I've seen worse than that War of the Worlds movie. The thing is, a lot of these movies, and this is just movies in general, a lot of movies don't. If a movie sticks with me long enough, and I can remember most of it, I really liked it. There's a lot of movies I like that come and go. I watch them once. I'm hyped to see them. I watch them. I enjoy them. I kind of don't watch them again for a long time. Weapons would definitely be in the top. I'm not gonna say what number order, but Weapons would be in the top 5. I really like that one. It was a bit different. It was cool. Like I said, I like any movie that's at least somewhat original. I'll take these days, and that one definitely was. And I like that one quite a bit. I probably talked about it. The kids disappear, like the woman teacher's class. All the kids disappear. Like except one kid, and everybody's like kind of trying to not blame her, but like give us answers type thing. And she's like, "Oh, And then you find out what really happened. Like the one kid who lives and no, is it his aunt? I think it is his aunt. Is involved. She comes to stuff that happens from there. I'm not gonna spoil stuff on that. But that one was I really liked that one. That was definitely in the top 5. Like I said, there's other ones I've probably seen that were like more like some of these ghost movies that are not, that were just straight onto whatever, but I can't remember a lot of them, and I don't want to try to figure out what those were. I'm gonna, let me see. Novocaine is a fun one. That's with Dennis Quaid's kid, Meg Ryan's kid, right? With Jack Quaid is his name. He's in The Boys. The Monkey was good. That was, I think, based on a Stephen King thing. It's like a toy. These, I don't think they were twins. Were they twins or their brothers had when they were a kid? It's got like a curse behind it. It's pretty gory and kind of more of a horror comedy type movie. Superman I liked. Thursday Murder Club was pretty good too. Nobody 2 was good. Together was a good one as well. Apparently that really ripped. I have not seen it, but I don't know. I can't remember where this other movie's from. Sweden, maybe somewhere overseas. Did this same like type of movie, and then this one came out, and there was like, I think there was lawsuits involved. I don't know what ended up happening with that. Final Destination Bloodlines. Got a lot of these movies are horror movies. But Good Boy, I'm definitely putting in the top 5 as well. That is the movie with, I think that was a Shudder original, and then it screened very well. People like this got to be in theater, so it got a limited run in the theater. That is a movie where this guy is like haunted. He's like sick and he's haunted by something. Even before he goes to like his grandfather's house, maybe. And then more stuff goes from there. But this is through the perspective of the dog. Like the dog is seeing things too, and you see how it goes with the dog and stuff. Another one that was pretty original as well, and wasn't too bad. What couldn't be if I'm putting it in my top 5. I liked it because it's somewhat original in it. The story was a little, basic kind of story. Like guy's haunted, you're seeing it through the dog's kind of perspective, and it moves pretty good as well. It moves pretty quickly. But I liked it because it was another one that was different, and it was pretty well acted. Not a lot of people were in it. The dog does a great job. I think it was the director's dog. It kind of sees him as like the guy kind of breaks down from this being sick and it kind of is like, it's like you're led to believe like this has happened to his other people in the family, especially I think it's the grandfather, or maybe it was his dad. I can't remember. Went through the same thing, but because the dog sees another dog, like the father, the grandfather's dog and stuff. That is long since gone. That was a good one as well. That would probably be, if I'm numbering these, that would probably be number 5. F1 is definitely, F1 was awesome. That's the racing movie. It's IndyCar. Brad Pitt was like a up-and-comer. And he gets into a bad accident, I believe, and he gets all screwed up. But then I guess he retired from that. But then he's doing all types of like different racing. In the beginning, you see him. It's in Florida. It's like a 24-hour race. Literally, like other drivers are driving, and then a new driver pops in, and he starts from there. And he's doing other things, And then he gets back into his old friend that I guess he owns a company now, or he doesn't own it, but he's like the head of one of the big racing teams. I forget which one, if it's just a made-up one or not. And he asks him, you want to just, get in here and race? And he does, and stuff goes from there. And there's their team sucks too. And it's hard for Brad Pitt to like get used to like the way things are newer now in F1 and shit like that. That one was good. It had a very, it's very interesting. It had like an older school vibe to it, like 90s, even like 2000s type feel to it, the movie that it was. And I'm going to say this, and it might sound a little weird, you don't get a lot of movies like that anymore. it felt like this. This is one I would have liked to have seen in the theater, because this was totally like a theater movie. Probably would have been even better in the theater the first time. It had like a blockbuster type feel to it. It just had like a movie. And now that sounds stupid, but it had like a movie feel to it. That was a good one. That would probably be like number. That's definitely in the top 5. Strangers Chapter 2 definitely was not in the top 5. That movie was annoying as fuck, actually. Megan 2.0 was good. People shit on it because it's so different than the first one. I still like the direction they went with it, but it did not make money. Jurassic World Rebirth was solid as well. You really, outside of the first Jurassic World was cool. The second one I did not like. That's one where it's following. They go to the island to grab these people, and the island blows up. A volcano goes off, and then they're like selling them on the black market. Wasn't a fan of that one. The next one when they brought back like all the old people, Sam Neill, pretty much everybody. That one was better. My favorite is the first one, and then Jurassic World 3 I really like. Jurassic Park 3, sorry. Jurassic Park 3 I really like. But Rebirth was good, it has a bunch of dinosaurs in it. You can't really go wrong with those movies. And they make a ton of money. This one only made like 700 million, which is still a ton, but... Alright, so I said F1, Good Boy, and Weapons. Death of a Unicorn was decent. That was another kind of goofy type horror movie. Gory type movie. I thought Paul Rudd. Oh, I can't remember her name. She's Wednesday. Why the hell can't I remember her name? That one. That was a pretty good movie where they hit a unicorn. And then they think it's dead and he throws it in his car. He's like going to a meeting at this rich guy's house. He's going to be like his accountant or some shit. And then it isn't dead and it busts out and it like wants to get revenge on this thing. You find out why and shit. That was an interesting one, a little different as well. Why can't I remember? Jenna Ortega. Right, that's her name. Clown in a Cornfield was cool. Another horror movie. That was better than you'd think it would be. Sinners was really good. I like that. Flight Risk was cool too. That was the, I believe Mel Gibson directed that one. It was Topher Grace and Mark Wahlberg, and I can't remember the woman's name. That was a good one. They're on a plane. Like, Topher Grace is, I think, going to testify against the mob or somebody. I forget who. And they got to take him on a plane because he gets caught in, like, Alaska or some shit. The woman's the FBI agent or whatever she is. And Mark Wahlberg was like, oh, okay, he's the pilot. Spoilers here. He killed the real pilot. He's actually the hitman to kill Topher Grace to stop him from testifying. Goes from there. Pretty good movie. Pretty intense. Nobody 2 is really good. Much like the first one. The Long Walk is probably another one I'd put in the top 5. That was a good one based on the Stephen King short story. I think that's not one of his longer ones. That was in a collection of books, I believe. I think they've since released it as its own book, but I think that was in one where it was like 4 or 5 stories in the book. Or I don't know if it was 4 Past Midnight or something. One of his older ones. I think it was part of it was part of one of those books that had a bunch of stories. It takes place in like I think it's in the future where like there was some big war and America's trying to build itself back up, and they do this thing every year where it's like a lottery, I guess, where these people gotta walk. Whoever lasts the longest wins. You gotta walk at least 3 miles an hour. If you stop below 3 for a certain amount, you get like a couple of warnings and they just kill you. Or if you're just done, you're getting killed too. It's good, very well acted and stuff for what it is, just them walking and then, people making friends with each other and shit, and goes from there. I forget the kids that are in it, but I guess they're young adults. They're not in their teens. They're probably all in their 20s. Some might be a little younger. Mark Hamill plays the one military dude. They did change the ending, though, from the book. Still pretty good, though. Really well acted. It gets intense as well for something where you wouldn't think it would. That was definitely a good one as well. Was that 4 I have there? F1, The Long Walk, A Good Boy, and Weapons. I'm looking at these movies, like I'm trying to think like if I could have found something else that was not. A VHS definitely came out this year. Fuck, I did watch it. I gotta look what VHS came out this year. I don't think it'd be in my top 5, but I did see, it's just straight up cold. Oh, it was VHS Halloween. Alright, yeah, I did watch that as well. That was good. Those are always pretty good. Crazy little stories that go on with the kind of one that's going on throughout, in between. Yeah. That was a good one too. I think that was the one that had the... They reach their hands in the bowl of candy, and it sucks them into this thing, and then they get made into more candy, and then it keeps going. There's another one with like a haunted house. This is Halloween related, so... Where they go and they can't get out, and there's this woman that, like, I think it's some kind of, like, urban legend, and she's, like, captures these people, and she's, like, breastfeeding. It's really bizarre. A lot of the VHS movies are pretty out there. I forgot I did see that one. Well, it's good. I remember those 2 stories. What other ones were in there? I forgot. I think the overarching one was, yeah, it was almost similar to like Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, where they were putting like spirits, I think, into these candies or these sodas or some shit, and they keep testing people in between the other shorts or whatever, the other little movies, and they can't find the right thing, and then I think by the end they find like the right one, because people keep dying or getting too possessed and they kill them and shit. That one's good as well. I'm trying to think of a 5th here. I'm gonna just end up choosing one because I can't think of another one. We definitely saw some other movies though and we watched it recently. I might put this one in there. Nobody 2 I really liked. Together was cool, but Black Phone 2 was good. I'm gonna say Dead of Winter. We watched that one recently. It's the most one. It's barely in my head. It's got Judy Greer, Emma Thompson, I believe, is in it, but they're in Minnesota. She's doing a Minnesota accent in this one. She does it all right. She has just lost her husband. She's older, and she's going to drop his ashes off. This is his last wish. His ashes dropped off in this lake. It's super freezing snowstorm. She goes to ask this guy for directions, and you can tell the guy's up to something. And then she goes out on the lake. She's gonna go. They used to go ice fishing. The 2 of them when they were younger. They're older now. She's old. It is Emma Thompson, right? And she goes there, and all of a sudden she sees the same guy again with a girl. Like, please help me. Or she's cuffed, but like she is going back at that point, and he doesn't see her. And he grabs her, and then she follows back to the house. Judy Greer is involved. It goes from there. It's pretty good, actually. Dragged on a little bit at the end. These are just I have not seen a lot of movies from 25, so I'm sure a lot of these would be replaced. Maybe not. It was Emma Thompson. Maybe not. Weapons would be in. Weapons and F1 would definitely be in my top 5 if I saw all the releases this year. Because I really liked both of those. I can see like The Long Walk and Good Boy and in this one being booed. I mean, I could have thrown Superman in there. I really liked that Superman. I know it was very. I hate to say controversial. It's just the usual. It comes out, people love it, people fucking hate it, and then there's a lot of people in the middle that are just like, yeah, it was pretty good. I thought it was good. I liked it. It's a fun movie. Well, he said though, a lot of these movies I see him, I enjoy him quite a bit, and I move on. Doesn't stick with me. Weapons and F1 stick with me more. I throw that in the top five. And if you have any, I haven't seen the new Mission Impossible yet. I haven't seen the one before it either. I'm trying to think. Let me see some other ones I missed. Like Fantastic Four and shit like that. I had no interest in seeing anyway. Let me try to find real quickly before I turn this off. Come on, you stupid thing. To stream. That's gonna be a lot of shit that actually came out in the theater. But I'm trying to see if there's anything else we watched here that I'd be remembering. These. Oh, The Electric State. I saw some. That movie was kind of stupid. That might have been an Amazon original. Best movies to stream 25 on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see if I can find anything here and not drag this out. Begonia? Is that movie looked weird. I gotta see that one. I haven't seen this one. I haven't seen that one. Nope, didn't see Tron. No. Oh, these are movies that already came out too. Fucking stupid. I knew I shouldn't have trusted this thing. Let me look at try to look at some originals. What did Amazon have? It's just showing fucking. That's too much of a pain in the ass to actually do. Oh, The Home. We watched The Home. I talked about that one too. That was with Pete Davidson. That was an alright movie. No, that wouldn't be in my top 5. I forgot about that. Novocaine was really fun too. It was a fun, stupid kind of movie. It's just kind of movie's fun. I'm like looking at Amazon's. I did forget about The Home. No, I don't recognize a lot of these originals. Oh, What Fun was one, and so was War of the Worlds. Anyway, there's probably some others I missed, but those are my 5, just kind of rambling and then rambling about some Christmas movies there in the beginning, but kind of 2025 end of the year movies ramble. There's some if you say something that you watched that you really liked, there's plenty I need to see, and there's some I definitely forgot about for sure. I definitely saw more movies than that come out. Let me see real quick. This is what I do. I'm like, I need to see. I should have did a little more, but I didn't want to go down. Every streaming service. Oh, The Electric State was a Netflix one. I don't know if I watched the full thing of that, but it was not. I remember just being like, I was not liking it. What was that movie? Oh no, I watched that. No, that wouldn't have been here. That was older. That was not 25. I'm way off. What's another big one? I don't know. Whatever. I don't know why I'm so concerned. But yeah, those are most of the movies I saw. And my top 5 ones. like I said, if I saw more movies, other ones would be out. But it's Weapons, F1, Long Walk, Good Boy. What the hell? I don't even know what I put for the fifth one. Yeah. What did I put for number 5? God, I can't even remember. That's so much I fucking don't care about most of the movies I saw, I guess. Dead of Winter. Black Phone 2 was cool as well, but first one was better. There's probably a lot more horror movies that I saw that I can't remember, but anyway. Yeah, a little Christmas movie, Ramble.